It's anti-crisis ideas, how to stay motivated. So the description tells us that it is personal input from Nicolette Foray. And if you don't know who Nicolette Foray is, she's entrepreneur, business speaker, and Qualitex distributor in Hungary. Thoughts and tips for you and your business. And I'm going to be watching this one closely because I'm sure that there's going to be tons of those nuggets in there that we can put into our business. Okay, and I'm sure them in there.
Yes, we did used to watch Bullseye. Look at what you could have won.
It's a speedboat.
Boat.
Anyway, let's. Are you ready to go, Dom?
Yeah, I'm
It
going to say
certainly looks
yes.
like that.
I'm gonna
Okay.
say- I'm going to say yes.
So you guys can watch this. If you do have any questions, save them to the end because Nicolette, actually just ask them in the chat because I know Nicolette is around in the chat as well to help with any questions that you might have. And enjoy, okay?
Here we go.
Really take some time, enjoy.
Who has noticed a change in customer spending since the virus started? We can have three answers. Yes, business is up. Yes, business is down. No, business is about the same. If your answer is that your business is down, stay with me. This video is for you. If your answer is that your business is down, you are similar to me. My name is Nicolette Foray. My company is Balloon World Hungary. I am in the balloon business for 25 years. I have 25 employees, 25 colleagues. It means 25 families. I'm not only a Qualitex distributor. I'm also a world traveler, but not now. Also, I have physical shop and a web shop as well. So I'm a retailer too. We sell balloons, we sell party products, I guess, like most of you. Actually, now we do not sell balloons and party products because my business collapsed within 5 days. And our revenue went down to almost zero. On 10th of March, everything was perfect. A lot of customers, growing business. And then 26th of March came the hit, and that week our income went down to zero within 5 days. We closed our retail shop, we closed the cash and carry, the wholesale, before our government decided to close all the shops in Hungary. Our resellers, retailers also closed their shops. Almost everyone went home and stayed at home. I'm at home now. But our work is not a work to do from home. We work physically, taking orders, or like you, making balloons. So the question is, what to do? What to do with the economic impact of the virus? This is why I have this video at this virtual balloon convention to try to answer this question, what to do now? We do not know how long it is. We do not know how deep its economic effect is. But we have to do something. By the way, I expect a long and deep economic effect, and I prepare myself and my company for this. And if everything will be better than my worst scenario, we will be happy. So, balloons and business. Ballooning and managing business, I think, are two different things. Creative part of business and serious part of business, I would say. But also I would say, especially now, we need to be creative with the business part as well. Twisting, inflating, creating designs, making decorations, delivering bouquets, or doing this in our shop. Selling balloons is one part of our business, and this activity gives us incomes. The other part, for example, renting a shop or an office, managing the shop and the office, having employees, having overhead costs, buying products, making financial plans, making marketing plans, watching your statistic time to time, for example, month by month, having a van or company car for delivery, balloon delivery, or decorations at venue. We pay our bookkeeper, lawyer, etc. So this part of the business and this activity gives us costs. So we have incomes and costs. Incomes minus costs. So this is why I think it's very important to do the math. I'm sorry that I'm not the fun part of the balloon business and I start my presentation with numbers and figures, but I promise the end of this video comes the fun part as well. So now we live in challenging time. We can call it crisis. We do not know how long it will be, and we don't know how big effect will it have on our business, but we have to think and calculate and plan also in these unsure, uncertain times. This video can help you, inspire you, I hope so, and give you ideas what to do now. I think we need more focus and consciousness on the business part of ballooning now, because we can lose a lot if we do not think and act carefully. So let's see my list of ideas. It can be also a to-do list if you want. I have 5 chapters for you. Chapter number 1 is communicate and be positive. I say more. Be the one who is communicating and is positive, because the communication is the most important. Crisis means people worry. Worry means people go negative. So it's very important how we are communicating with people. First, I say my example. I communicate with my team, with my employees, because I think we need to tell them what's going on in the company, good, bad, or different. We have to communicate them daily, not weekly, not monthly, daily. What is changing? What is up? What is the next thing? We cannot meet them now, so we need to make a video or make a Zoom or Skype conference or send messages them by email or messenger group or a Facebook group. We have all. For example, first week we had a Zoom meeting each evening. 25 people were sitting at home in front of their computers, mobiles. Things happened so fast. We did it each evening, and we had to react also very fast. So we had news and we took decisions each of day. Now, on the second week of the crisis, we have Zoom calls only 3 times a week, but we keep communicating with our people regularly. The second, we communicate with our customers by phone, by email, and on social media platforms. We tell them how we changed, what we changed, why we closed our shop, how we run the business now, why we do online deliveries and take webshop orders only. We call them by phone, we message them through our Facebook groups, Actually, we have two Facebook groups. One is our for retailers, means business partners, all Hungarian Qualatex customers of mine, isn't it? And also for the customers of our web shop. The third is we communicate with our suppliers. First week, for example, we wrote an objective but positive letter to all of them. The letter included 3 parts: what's going on in the country, what's going on in our company, what we have to change, and what are our plans for the future. And another important thing, we paid all open invoices. This is also positive, not only for them, I think also for us. So, why to stay positive? I think with negative thinking, we go nowhere. Why to communicate? Sitting in the dark doesn't help. By communication, the relationships are growing and the crisis cannot be over-communicated. And as my favorite teacher, Anthony Robbins says, where focus goes, energy flows. So I think the very important is now our attention, where we put our attention. I suggest, like always, to put your focus on positive things and positive communication. Communicate not only with your team, your customers, your suppliers, your community, but with other entrepreneurs, other balloon people in your country, even in the world. And you share how are you, what's going on in your city, in your country. How do you plan to restart your business? How you plan to reopen? What useful things are you doing in these days? What smart decisions you have made? What actions are you doing now? Or what marketing ideas do you have? Or just simply ask your balloon friends, how are you? I have a few mastermind groups, which means I meet monthly with other entrepreneurs to talk about business. And now I have got a lot of good ideas how to handle the crisis. So communication is good. Make your move. Communicate and listen. And be positive like us. Because we know panic and worry never helps. We look for small wins every hour. We look where are the opportunities. We do not sell toilet paper but balloons. For example, a part of my team, 6 people, 2 weeks ago, started to work at my friend company who has a web shop and who has lots of orders. They sell diaper, nappy, and baby food. So we create some incomes with this activity. And why this could happen? Because I'm always in communication, networking. And a friend of mine knows that we have no orders. They have extreme amount of orders. So he got in touch with us. About the news, return of the news. Less news is better for us. We focus on good things, the things we can influence. And I don't forget, the leader has to be the most positive person in the company. So please be the most positive person in your team, for your staff, for your customer, for your community. Chapter number 2. Know the cycle, know your state. I have heard that the cycle of the economic crisis relatively are the same A cycle is usually 7 to 10-year cycle. Each market and each industry will be different, and each country as well. But we decided to prepare somehow for the economic effect of the virus. We know it is depend on many things. It can 3, 6, 9 months or more. All events, weddings, festivals, and also graduation, which is our biggest season in Hungary, are cancelled or postponed for autumn. So we expect a crazy autumn. We hope the economy will bloom again in less than a year. And we started to plan a new business. We started to plan a new company. A new company which is leaner, faster, and better. We know that we need to work harder, and we started this hard work with planning. What is lean? I suggest you read about what is lean company, because your company has to be lean after crisis. Lean means productivity. A lean company creating greater value for the customers while using fewer resources. A business adopting lean principles will try to eliminate waste and increase operational efficiency. So you have to be effective, or you have to be perfect. Your state has to be perfect. Your mind, your soul, your body, your heart. Take your time now to improve yourself, and your team also has to be perfect. Your shop also has to be perfect. So pursue perfection. Improve everything you can around you and in your business. I know the most difficult part is to be perfect in our financial things, but crucial to know our financial state, and we have to face with it. So I would like to show you how I did a quick diagnosis of my business on the first day of the crisis in our life, which was 16th of March for us. I added together what we have, the positive things and the negative things as well. Balance of open and due invoices from customers is a plus. Balance and open and due invoices of my suppliers, this is a minus. Balance of my bank account is a plus. If I do not have credit, I do not have credit. If I have credit or you have credit, this is can be also a minus item here. And balance of cash, which is also a plus. All these lines or items has a result. It can be a positive number, which is better, but it can be a negative number as well. It means you have to work harder. Why we have done this? Because I wanted to know where we are right now. We are in point A, and from here we want to go or start to go to point B. A is the future, A is the present, B is the future. Only by knowing exactly A precisely, we can plan how to go to B. So, plan and go to B. I also have a stock, a big stock. Adding this also to the balance I showed you before, the picture would be nicer, but that is the future. The point B, to sell our stock and our merchandise, and it takes time, so I did not add to it. This was the part of math, and the next part of its HR, human relationship. Don't panic, always here. Don't panic, plan, prepare for HR changes. There is an important part. This is important for me because I like Henry Ford. And as Henry Ford said, you can take my factories, burn up my buildings, but give me my people, and I will build the business right back again. What we have done on the second day, when we went down, almost zero. Before all our colleagues went home, we created a big Excel sheet with many data about our employees. This Excel sheet helps me to make fast decisions. If I will have all the information collected, I can make decisions easily. So, for me, data equal decision. You know, I was traveled a lot in the past few years, and my managers were running the company, so I was not so close to the colleagues like in the past, especially the new colleagues and their families. I do not know so well, but because now I'm the leader and I'm also manager, I have to know them more than before, and data helps me decide. So what is this Excel sheet includes? More than 25 things. I tell you these things. Name of my employees, birth date, age of them, department, his or her team, and his or her job and position. Also, is it possible to do the job at home? Unfortunately, 80% not. Her first day in the company. Number of holiday days paid by company, addresses, and staying during the quarantine, home email address. Not all of us has VPN VPN connection. We cannot use company emails now. All the phone numbers, home internet access and size of the internet package, computer, laptop, what they have at home, do they have car, who drives the car, how they can use, because we decided to not use public transport from the beginning of the virus. There is a number of families who has to use public transport because they don't have other option, and many other data about their families, number of kids, number of husbands and wives, if they have husbands or wife, job of the husbands and wives, and the current situation at their workplace. How many lives together in a household? Also the total income of the family. And they were open to do this because we trust each other. We know now about elder parents, old and ill people in the family. We know how long they can survive as a family without working and income, money. We know, do they have savings? Do they have credits, loans? If yes, also the details, which bank account they do use. So I know almost everything. We even made a quick We made a quick resistivity or resilience test on the last day. What is resilience? Resilience is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties and toughness. Resilience is the ability of a substance or object to spring back into shape, kind of elasticity. So I know also how are they. What is the level of my colleagues' resilience? You know, at the first day of the crisis, when all the shocking news were coming, I have seen so many reactions, from hysterical crying to the frozen calmness. All kind of level of mood and feeling in my team and people around. And with this collection of data, I can help them many and more ways. I can provide them customized help, because we are not the same and our state is not the same. And interestingly, they also provide me with something. Seeing these things I have listened before, they offered me a part of their salaries. They told me 50, 60, 70 or 80% of their salaries enough for them to live, to survive in the next few months. So they refuse or disclaim 20 to 50% of their salaries to survive as a company, as a team, to survive together. Yes. Few of them told me also that they are ready to work twice as much for a half of their salaries. It was voluntary and unasked for. So a big part of my team is now on vacation at home. The smaller part of the team is working for another company, as I said in the first part of this video, in the communication part. And smallest part of the team is working in the office or in home office. If you give, you get. It's a rule of nature, and it's proven for me so many times. As Tony Robbins says, the secret to living is giving. So, be a giver. Maybe you have different goals. Mine is save and hold together my team during this crisis. So maybe you have different goals, so you can collect different data, but I'm sure if you have data and information enough, you can make good decisions. Maybe your company is smaller, but I'm sure that you, as a business owner or a leader, want to help your family. So it is good to know them, really know them. Also, we prepare ourselves for HR changes. We know after the virus, the economy will change. So we learn, and we learn new things. Let me tell you an example. My team leader of the warehouse is learning now online marketing. We found free online courses and each of us are learning something new because we have to restructure and renew the organization, and we know nothing will be the same. You know, fear has two meanings. One is forget everything and run, or the second, as we do, face everything and rise. It was the chapter 3, and now let's see chapter 4. Chapter 4, do the math, cut back and wait. As I think if we have enough data and information to make a decision is easy. It's easy to make a diagnosis about our company or our private financial life, as I show you in the second part of the video. But how plan the future? Yes, there are a few things we do not have enough information about. For example, how long is this virus last, and how deep will be the economic crisis. We do not know when can we restart and what are the circumstances will look like then. But we have a saying in our company for this case. This is our bridge saying. Cross that bridge when you come to it. The phrase cross that bridge when you come to it is used to say that you don't need to ponder over a situation until it really happens. So we will cross that bridge when we get there, because we are in the situations where things aren't going too well, and we need to prioritize what the most urgent matters are. There are things that can be dealt with or solved just later and not now. What for me now, what important is knowing what is my point A, what is my balance, seeing clear my financial situation as a company and as a family, knowing my state and my team's state and condition, and I also want to know my customer state and conditions, and also my supplier state and conditions. Hopefully most of us has a positive balance, means have spare resources and reserves. But what if someone has a negative balance or debts? Here are a few tips for this if you have negative balance or debts. First of all, take care of your loan or credit. Check what you have to pay and also who has obligation to pay for you, and start to communicate with them. Extend your credit if you can. Negotiate the rates if you can. Find the lowest rates as soon as possible you can. Yeah, if you have credit or loan. Not even, I want events to decorate, but even you can negotiate with the tax office like me. For example, I had to pay a ton of taxes on 20th of March, VAT. VAT means value added tax, known in some countries as a goods and service tax. So I had to pay a bunch of VAT based on the turnover of February, when we had a strong carnival season. That means a lot of tax to pay. But we filled an official form to the tax office and we asked for installment. We wrote them that we have difficulties with paying this tax, so we want their help to pay later and to pay in 12 parts within 12 months. And if you do not feel safe enough, like we maybe will feel not safe enough 3 months later from now, even apply for a loan now while the banks are still lending. We did not have loan for many years, but now we applied for a credit last Friday, just in case, just for safety. Maybe we will not use it, but it's there and can help to survive. What more we can do regarding our stock, warehouse and shops? We keep it clean and nice. We counted the inventory and products are on the shelves. We have even stopped purchasing, but we are ready to start in every moment. Dues or obligation, we do not have many, but we check them week by week. Claim demand from customers, also we do not have many, but we check them week by week. Our bookkeeping is timely, it's recorded, and we continue this way. We have some reserve money, savings, which is enough for 3 months. So we decided to write a scenario after 1 month, 2 months, and 3 months. What we have? We have a strong team, convergent, collaborative, cooperating, and the team is ready to be restructured and ready to learn new skills like online marketing, like social media marketing, and English language. My colleague Agnes is sharing English lessons in our Balloon World Facebook group and also in our customer Facebook group every day. We decided to come out stronger from this crisis. Many of our customers started to do things what they had to do earlier, but never too late, like using new software, for example, invoicing software, stock taking software, ERP, or using new apps like Trello. We love Trello. Trello is a great app. Trello is a collaboration tool that organizes your projects into boards in one glance. Trello tells you what is being worked on, who is working on what, and where something is in a process. We also work in Trello from home during these times. We have to-do lists in Trello. We have boards and things getting done like in our normal business life. And last but not at least, we have plan. Maybe we will have some governmental support also, but I do not accept it. We are still a post-communist country and things goes not like in America or in Western Europe. But we have a plan and we have goals. In this plan, the costs we tried to put as low as possible. We cut many of them back, reduced or cancelled the costs. We stopped purchasing products. We stopped spending immediately. We started to renegotiate contracts like, for example, our rental fee. This is the second biggest expense in our life. The first are the salaries. But what happened? Our lessor, the company who leases or rents offices and shops for us, was faster than us and allowed to pay all rental fees of upcoming month later on from September. We only need to pay now the VAT part of the invoice and the overhead invoices and nothing more. And it is a nice gesture. And what is our goal? Our goal is to keep the team together and restart with this team together when time is here. We are calculating with a very slow growth. Very slow. So we put very low income numbers into our plan from 5% to 50% and not more. I don't think so we can go back to 100% this year. So 5 to 50 from by end of the year, month by month, growing a bit. And it means we have a result, which is actually a negative result, a negative, see something. We can track something. We will track this and we will wait and work on it, how this figure will turn into the positive. We will measure everything. We used to measure everything and we will figure it out time to time, how go forward. We know this plan can be changed and modified. Will be changed and modified, but it's a plan and it's better than having nothing and be totally blind. And the plans are for change also in normal times. Chapter 5. Go online and marketing. What's this? So we are lucky because we have online presence. We have webshop, B2B and B2C online shops as well. B2B, business to business for our wholesale partners, B2C, business to customer for retail or residential orders. And now many other businesses and also communication went online. Also this huge 5-day balloon convention is online. So every company has to be online and we have to be good in online and has to be good in social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest. It's not the end of the world if a business has no website or webshop, but has to have a great online presence somewhere on the internet. Many of our retail customers started to develop a new webshop now or facelift the old website or make a better social media presence. So we have webshop also, but now with almost 0 orders from it. I tell you what we have done on the first week of the crisis in our webshop. We decided to deliver for free all orders and shipments. But after 2 weeks we changed our mind and now we require a minimum amount for the orders and the delivery is free just over that certain amount because we lost money on the small orders. It's fine for me in this situation to sell with smaller margin, but not fine for me losing money on sales. What we usually do, also we do now. We give more, we love our customer more, we care our customers more. Since many years we use this word, marketing, instead of marketing, because we believe in great customer relationship and in great supplier relationship too. I cannot tell you how lucky, how proud, and how grateful I am to myself that my strategic partner is Qualatex, is Pioneer, and that I can be a part of this community. This video is my contribution because contribution is not an obligation, it's an opportunity. So use you too also contribution in these times. So back to marketing, we started to figure out different ways, because now there are different times. New times needs new offers. I have never used so many times my two favorite management tools, which are this and this. Yes, it is A4 size white paper and a pen, not necessary to be a Sharpie. I have many papers written full with many topics, plans, ideas, notes, calculations, lists, also with marketing ideas. What we can sell in this crisis if we do not want to sell toilet paper. We have checked and analyzed the few orders we have, approximately 7 instead 200 per day. What people order also now. Analyzing data, always good idea, by the way. So we can see, for example, that the families want to celebrate children's birthdays at home, so they order candles, balloons, napkins, banners, etc. Also, they want to celebrate the Easter at home, so they order decoration and tableware for Easter. And they also order funny gifts like funny stress balls to entertain themselves during this stay-home time. So, what is our answer knowing these product groups? First, number 1, we created ads, advertisements, ads to subscribe for a free balloon figure making online seminar, and we offered them a kit for creating balloon animals at home. This is the kit. The kit includes a pump, 260Q Qualatex balloons, and a little book with a few figures. You know what is good anyway? We sell nothing, but we collect data. So we have ads, not for selling, but collecting data. We can collect newsletter or YouTube channel or Facebook or Instagram subscribers. So we have the chance to sell them later. Data and contacts are very valuable at this time. Number 2, we created a new package with a disposable helium box, adding 11-inch Qualatex balloons and colorful ribbons to it, plus a big confetti cannon as an extra gift. They have time to clean the room, even collecting piece by piece. We also offer free delivery. And of course, we created and this is the package, the content of the package. Qualatex balloons, helium box, confetti cannon, and the description. So we try to give more than usual, giving gifts, products for free, but taking care of our margin as well. Number 3, we started to promote our webshop for new customers. We do cross marketing as well to find new customers. We have chosen 4 beautiful 11-inch Qualatex round and printed balloons with cute children and baby motifs, also Disney motifs. As you saw in the beginning of the video, my favorite cutie, Yoda, the baby Yoda, and a few Hungarian language boldog születésnapot, which means happy birthday. We put only standard balloons, no metallic or pearl. These are not easy to inflate by mass, so these why standards we put. And we produced a little colorful flyers within a half day with a cute bear and cat cartoon figure illustration which says, "This is a gift for you and your family from us." And we mention the 2 webshops, our webshop and our cross-marketing partners webshop. And we put this gift and flyer next to the orders of that webshop, where we, or part of our team, are helping now. Last week, we sent out few hundred of these gifts. And you know what happened? We started to feel some increase in our webshop orders. So we want to find more cross-marketing partners like pizza and food delivery companies. They are working a lot now. So please find your cross-marketing partner and give what you can give now for people, maybe for free. But I'm sure that they will remember you later. Think about what they do at home, cooking, eating, learning with kids. How does your product fit to their life now, and give it? You can give your help as well, your service as well, if you do not have balloons. And there is one more thing you can do, or I would say you must do during this period. We know, and I think also in your country, the weddings and all other events are postponed. They will organize the events later. Many of them postponed until September, October. I think it means that later, when all these events will be held on, we will go crazy. So what I expect is a crazy autumn. And for this crazy autumn, we have to be prepared. So all of us have to think about now capacity, working methods, and working systems. We have to think how we will make twice as much events in the autumn or winter during the same period of time. Or I could say we need to think about how we can produce the money later, what we are losing now. It's really, really the time to think about our productivity personal and as a team, as a company. Our workflows and processes, our system, software in our company. Even about how good and assertive is the communication inside and outside of our company. Why? Because the communication is the oil which make the processes in a company fluent and smooth. It will be very necessary and crucial to have a smooth working company when we return, and the time to think on it is now, not later. I see an example. The graduation season in Hungary planned to be in August or in September. Also, many big company events already postponed to autumn, so it will be a very, very busy season. We have to figure it out now, how we can work smarter then. We have to figure it out, how we can be smarter, faster, and better, and produce more during the same time period. I suggest you to think about what changes you need to do, what new solution you need to use, and get that change happened. Time is now. So it was my video. See all of you at WBC 2021 in Miami. I'm back because it was the business part and I have promised a fun part. Let's see the fun part. 33 things what we have found good in this situation. As you know already, our shops are closed for 2 weeks. I think we need to wait minimum 2 other months to get back on track. Our team still happy and calm and look for the good in this new situation. This is what I want to share with you now. Actually, last week was home office for my colleagues because we kept ourselves busy and we worked together even when we were at home. So the task was to write me in an email 10 things they are finding good in this crisis situation. So now I have 25 answers, means 250 on this list of good things. I share 33 out of it with you now. First we have time for a daily gratitude. We are thankful for everything we have. We can enjoy the littlest things in our life. Second, we have time to think and get to know better not only our family members but ourselves as well. We have time to go deep into our soul. We can meet with our thoughts, our feelings, and we start to know ourselves better. We can discover our inner core, our values, beliefs, our priorities, decisions, actions, and our behavior. We can learn to use less, to save, to spare. For example, chocolate or money or toilet paper or washing powder, or for me, toothpaste and toilet paper. We started to understand to live in a consumer society or be a shopaholic is not a healthy life. Maybe companies will understand profit is not everything, because we need to save our planet, the nature, the air, our waters, the forest, the animals. We love watching the nature is regenerating. We love that the world is changing, and good to see how our personal values are growing. We can practice self-discipline. We can develop new habits, good habits. We can rediscover old hobbies. We discover the magical effect of silence, or the joy of reading, watching old movies and eating popcorn at home, listening retro music, playing board games, and we have time to develop our smoothie making skill. We start to understand what is important and what is not. We are facing with issues, and we are facing ourselves. We are facing our mistakes, and we have chance to change. We learn to plan. We learn how to handle money better and other things and not waste them. We enjoy putting ourselves out of our comfort zones, because we know life begins at the end of your comfort zones. We do not mind to be self-disciplined and having more self-motivation and doing more self-learning, having more self-control. We consider things better. We contemplate and meditate more. We enjoy that we have time for recreation, and we have time to play. We have time for a hot bubble bath, and we can sleep enough finally. Few of us are happy to lose some weight during this time, and a few of us sad to gain some weight during this time, and many of us do not use elevator. One of our team members, after a half year, finally has cooked a chicken soup at home. No more pizza, no McDonald's, no Burger King, no Kentucky. Chicken soup. So we declared it's time for chicken soups, and chicken soups for the soul as well. We eat slow food instead of fast food. It's incredible, but I'm cooking at home every day. I did not cook for years, but I enjoy it. We eat healthier, we eat vitamins, we take care of our immune system, our body, our nutrition. We know that we have to balance our energy. We are aware of the need to be more conscious of our energy usage. We get to know better what is our biorhythm. We can live more conscious way, and we can do more conscious actions. We learn appreciate the people in our lives and in our relationships. Those are lucky who are at home with a woman or man who they love, and this is the same person like their husband and wife. We can spend more time with our children. We can tell them tales every evening. We can have more conversation with them and with our family members and friends. We learn to appreciate our work, our job, because we miss them. We miss the personal meetings with colleagues, not only with family members. We feel that we have an extraordinary chance to make an unstoppable crew for the future. We learn how to do team building programs online. We find new or creative activities to spend time at home. We read more books and we learn something new, and we improve ourselves and plan a new me. Many of us started to create the best version of ourselves. We learn to adapt to changes and to changing circumstances, and we know that the survivor is not the strongest, but the one most able to adapt. And we focus on good things, and we started to realize what is old, what is wrong, and we started to be open for the new and the right. We started to think differently, we started to feel differently, and we took time to listen to whispers of destiny. We have new visions, we have new missions, and we have new ways to see the world. We see more clearly our priorities. We allow new approaches to come and our approaches to change. We are able to think out of the box and to discover new and creative ways. We are open to find new opportunities in our life. We focus on helping others. We love more, and we discover what is the real compassion. We understand this situation brings us closer to each other. We learn patience and tolerance. We feel that more understanding comes with these times. We forgot ourselves and our ego. We help selflessly. We help voluntarily. We release or reduce our expectations. We practicing non-judging. We practice kindness. And before we do or say something, we ask ourselves, is this needed? Is this useful? Is it worth that? Can it wait maybe? We can discover our faith. How strong is it? We can learn what is to be enlightened, how to be guided, and how to trust more in higher forces and God. We are making order and cleaning, big spring cleaning, but not only in our homes, but in our thoughts, in our mind, and in our soul. We can slow down about this time so we can get out a little bit. We are being loved or being hated more. No. We are being loved or being hated more by our cats or dogs. We discover that the people are good. We realize that collaboration is power. Community is power. Qualitex community is a big power. And we can stop a little bit. We can see flowers. We can smell flowers. We can feel warmth of the sun on our skin. because the sun always shines above the clouds.